environment in the very, very long term, maybe 50 years, 100 years, 150 years, the very long term, and I think it's an international question. And I worry that financial pressures that may increase in the future may lead to greater deforestation, cutting down of trees, destruction of natural habitats, and the great acceleration of production and overuse and overproduction of non-renewable natural resources. And I think all of these things, the overuse of non-renewable resources and deforestation and the natural habitat destruction, the pressures to do all these things could increase because of urgent needs to find new ways to produce new revenue. Like if we're in a tough situation economically, I'm afraid that the environment could be the one to lose out, down the road if they're looking for new ways to find revenue. So my question is basically, what can be done in the face of this, not only now, but also going into the long-term future to prevent deforestation to detrimental levels and destruction of natural habitats, and also the overexploitation of vital, non-renewable resources to, using them too much and too quickly. What can be done to prevent that?
Well, if you just look around the world now, so many of the things that we treasure were set aside decades or even a century ago, whether it's Yellowstone or Central Park in New York or the parks here in Scotch Plains. And so some foresight to prevent willy-nilly sprawl is badly needed and is greatly appreciated in the future. So we should do it. Furthermore, we're on an unsustainable path in our use of natural resources. We just simply cannot sustain it. The mounds of trash are poisonous and sprawling themselves. So we need to get to the point where in all of our production processes, we have a life cycle mentality. What are we going to do with what goes into this process? What's going to happen with this utensil or appliance after it's through? After it's through its useful life, how do we give it additional useful life? And that's beginning to happen in a very small way. We should move there in a big way. Some forests need to be preserved as intact ecosystems right now, as they are. Other forests can have harvesting. It can be a crop, and we can get wood products, but not if we waste wood products. You're absolutely right to call attention to it, and it's something that we're not paying sufficient attention to in the world.